Free at last. A new city, new life, no connections, a new beginning. She walks to the kitchen to get a drink of water. But as she turns, she noticed a new toy on the floor, softly to herself. Did I leave that there? A flicker of confusion crosses her face, but she shakes it off, switches off the light, and walks down the hall. The next morning, Emma hears a knock at the door while feeding the baby. She opens it to find a package with no return address. Her eyes narrow, scanning the hallway, but no one is there. Emma, now seated at her kitchen table, stares at the box with curiosity. She opens it, muttering, What is this? Inside are syringes. Confused, Emma stepped outside to dispose of the items. Beforehand, she heads to the car. She noticed something odd in the passenger seat. It's an envelope, lying face down. Inside is a necklace. Her necklace that Emma thought she had lost months ago. Emma confused. Her breath quickens as she pulls out a small note. Her heart sinks. Attached is an old photo of her and David. The note reads, "You can't stay hidden forever." She stares at the note, but jumps when her phone buzzes. She expected a message from David, but when she checks it, nothing. Days later, Emma is at a nearby cafe with her baby. She sips her drink, her phone buzzes. Unknown number, Texas. Nice yellow outfit, cute baby. She grabs her baby and quickly leaves the cafe, her hand trembling as she presses Jake contact but hesitates. Emma tries to check the message again, but it disappeared, leaving her baffled. What's going on? She called Jake and asked to meet. Emma is sitting across from Jake at his kitchen table. She tries to explain what's happening, but her words are jumbled. Jake, I got this delivery. It had syringes, and then I found my necklace, the one I thought I lost months ago, in my car. I know it's him. It's David. He found me. He found me. Jake takes a deep breath. He leans forward, attempting to meet her gaze, but Emma keeps glancing at the door as if she's expecting someone to enter. Jake calm, trying to soothe her. Emma, I get that you're scared. You've been through a lot with the baby and moving. PTSD is a serious thing. PTSD thing? You think I'm making this up? Jake, I felt him. He's watching me. There was this message, I swear it. He said, you can't stay hidden forever. I can't find the photo. It was in this envelope. The text message, it vanished from my phone like it was never there. Jake, carefully with the hint of doubt. Emma, I know you for a long time. You've been through so much, but what if, just maybe, you're imagining things? No, you don't get it. He's messing with my mind. Jake sighs, leaning back. He watches her carefully, trying to assess her state of mind. Emma, I believe you're frightened, but this could be something else. Your mind been going through a lot. Maybe it's time to recover. Emma stares at him as tears start to swell up. She looks away, biting her lip hard. Emma whispers, voice breaking. You think I'm losing it, don't you? Days later, Emma is home rocking her baby to rest. She's pale, with dark circles under her eyes. The baby cries more often now, and Emma's movements are erratic. Emma talking to herself. I know what I saw. I know what I felt. David is out there. But why won't anyone believe me? Jake thinks I'm fragile. Maybe I am, but he doesn't understand the feeling that someone is always watching me. Her hands tremble again. She stares at the baby, her gaze lingering too long, softly to herself. Not real. She snaps out of it. What's happening to me? Her paranoia heightens as she checks every door, windows locked in the house, peering through the blinds, and scans the empty streets, but her heart pounds as if she's being watched. Later that night, Emma hears a noise from the living room. She grabs her phone. She slowly walks towards the sound. Her heart pounds in her chest. She stops. David in the middle of her living room, but something seemed like he's out of place. David, calm, unsettling. You didn't think you could escape me, did you? Emma backs up, her voice shaking. "Get out, David. I'll call the police." David steps closer, his voice dripping with menace. "You're not well, Emma. Did you forget? Did you forget the tape?" A flash appears. Looking confused, Emma is in a military office, sitting across from the doctor who is reviewing her file. "Emma, you've been disqualified from enlistment. You've been diagnosed with dissociative tendencies. This unresolved trauma is affecting your perception of reality." Emma's face crumbled, disbelief flooding her expression. "No, there's been a mistake. I'm not crazy. David said I will be fine. He said I was strong enough." A flash appears. Emma standing outside David's house at night, grabbing a knife, her face twisted in desperation. A syringe dangles from her arm, the needle embedded in her skin. She's holding a photo of David and his wife taken from their Facebook page. Inside the house, David glancing out the window, catching sight of Emma. His face pales as panic sets in. David, on the phone, frantic. "She's outside again. Please, send someone. This isn't the first time she's been here." Emma screaming, "You said you loved me. You said we could be a family. You're a liar." David backs away from the window, visibly terrified. His voice shakes as he pleads into the phone. "She's delusional. I don't know how she found me. We spoke only 3 times. She's crazy." David continues, "Did you forget again?" Emma, "Forget." Another light flashes for a brief moment. She appears to be an older lady holding a small cup of pills. Nurse softly, "Did you forget to take your medicine, Emma?" Emma desperate, "Where's my baby? Where's David?" The nurse gives her a sympathetic smile, shaking her head sadly. "How many times do we have to tell you? Emma, there is no baby. You've been here for months. David has a restraining order against you." Emma, her hands trembling as she tries to process the nurse's words. "My baby is over there." Nurse looks in the corner with disappointment. Emma's gaze follows towards the corner of the room, where a doll, lifeless, plastic, lies slumped against the wall. Emma whispering to herself, "No, it can't be." The nurse turns away, clearly used to Emma's outbursts. As the door closes behind her, Emma stares again at the window, her eyes widening as she spots a familiar black and red truck parked just beyond the institution's gate. "Take your meds, Emma. You'll feel better. David can't hurt you anymore." Emma hesitates, but eventually swallows the pills. The nurse leaves the room, closing the door softly behind her, her eyelids heavy as the medication begins to take effect. Hours later, Emma wakes up, her body sluggish from the medication. She glances out the window. There, in the parking lot, sits the same familiar black and red truck. Emma whispering, terrified, "He's still out there." Her eyes dart to the nurse, who walks by her door, oblivious to the danger outside. "He's watching me. Please, someone, you have to believe me." The nurse, ignoring Emma's cries, nurse softly off screen. "She's having another episode." Emma screaming, "I'm not crazy. He's out there. David's been stalking me this whole time. You have to believe me." David steps out. He flips through his phone, seemingly watching her, then shows a message you can read from a distance. "You can never hide from me." She begins throwing items at the door to get the nurse's attention. The nurse returns, alarmed by Emma's outburst, enters the room with assistant and 2 security guards rush in to sedate her. Her movement slows down. Her eyes flutter. She collapses back onto the bed, Emma whispering, "I wasn't lying." By the time the nurses checked, the parking lot was empty.